I come from a really, really poor place. I grew up a migrant farm worker, really poor, like outhouse and no telephone kind of poor. And so the first thing I wanted to be was rich, not so much an actor. I just wanted to be rich because I didn't want to be really, really poor anymore. I had a pretty good UIL team. One act play, we actually went to state in one act play when I was a senior in high school. So I had a very, very good drama program with a very, very good drama teacher. I had the support of my parents, but my parents were from a completely different generation, and had very hard time with the language. They spoke Spanish more than English, and so a lot of it was teachers. And like I mentioned earlier, I had an amazing teacher in high school, a whole bunch, but one specific one named Ken Smither.
They were coming home from regionals. They had been alternates, and they were all singing their hearts out. They were so excited, and it was thrilling to them. Ed Couch had never done anything like that before, and they were all singing. And I was walking up and down the aisles, and they were all singing pretty decently, like in tune and stuff. And I thought, we should do a musical. That fall, we were going to do Godspell. And I wanted to make sure they could, do that or would do that. And so I told Valente, because he was just like you could see with his arms crossed, like, I don't want to be here. I want nothing to do with this, I said, look, the audition is for a grade. You have to do the work for the grade, but you do not have to be cast. That's not a requirement of this course. And I, in my evil scheming, knew that he would fall for the music and fall for the choreography and all of that, because I could see what kind of a person he was. And I also had him in my English class, so I was getting to know him there as well. So we do the whole thing. And on the back of his audition sheet, he wrote, "You can cast me if you want to."
And so he talked me kind of sort of a little bit. I was already leaning that way, but he talked me into going to, at that point, it was Pan American University. Now it's UTRGV.
Yeah.
And that's where I was thinking I was going to be a lawyer, taking some theater classes, taking some more theater classes, taking some more theater classes. And before I knew it, I had a theater degree. And then in college, it was another teacher. Her name was Marian Monta. She actually just passed away last year. That also helped in the same way. These teachers, they saw things in me that even I didn't see. I had no idea that there was that sort of potential inside me. There's a kind of a UIL thing in college as well. And we participated in that. And the one act play that we did very, very well. And we kept moving up all the way to regionals and so forth. And at the performances, one of the judges for that was a casting director named Fran Bascom. And at the end of our third round, I was walking down the sidewalk. She was walking up beside me. She said, excuse me. And I turned around and said, yeah, she goes, I judged the show tonight, and you're really, really good. Unfortunately, you're not going to make the next round, she said. All right, thank you. She goes, but here's my card. Give me a call. I put the card in my pocket, and I was all depressed. I went home. But the next morning, I pulled the card out, and I noticed, Fran Bascom, head of CBS casting, So she was a pretty big wig. And so I give her a call, and she's really the one that set me up with a couple of agents that she knew. She faxed my picture to some agents, and that's what got me in the door to those agents. Because it's really difficult to find an agent unless you've done any work. And it's difficult to do any work unless you found an agent. And so it's this weird kind of circle-y thing that you just got to find a way in. You just got to do enough extra work, or you got to hustle on the street to find a part that nobody else can do but you, or initiate your own projects and go at it that way. And in acting, you use whatever you can. It doesn't matter how you get the job. You try and get the job however you can, because you know somebody, because your neighbor's the thing, because I got a job to go to Russia, not because I'm such a great actor, but because I knew lighting. And they needed a lighting person who could do an understudy. Well, I can understudy, that's what I do. I'm an actor, but I can also do lighting because I got a great lighting resume from the university I went to. And the guy got sick, and then I got on stage. And so But regardless of that, what I have to say is very simple. Do what it is that you have in your heart. If it's truly, truly, truly what you want to do, do it. Do it, especially if you don't have any commitments. The thing for me coming out of college is I didn't have a girlfriend. My parents were fine. My brother lived across the street from my parents, blah, blah. All the things that needed to be taken care of were taken care of. I had nothing else to do other than live my life. And it is your life that you're doing. And the very first thing it takes is courage. The courage to take control of your life, to say, this is my life and this is what I want. You're going to make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. But if you don't go out and try and do the thing that you want to do, you're going to hate yourself later on. Now, that doesn't mean go at it foolishly, wholeheartedly, and say, screw it. I'm going out there. I'm going to be a star. I went to college for 5 years. I did a ton of plays. I must have done close to 100 plays in those 6 years. Crazy amount. So I got an amazing amount of training. I had a ton of support from the people that were around me. So once you get your training and you're secure in what it is that you do, then go for it. Go, jump. Go as hard as you can. Go as fast as you can. Do as much as you can do. Because what will happen is you'll either be successful or you'll have a little taste of success, and that'll move you forward. Or you'll be terrible and you won't have any success, and then you'll have to go find something else to do. But you'll have tried it, and you'll have said, and you'll have satisfied that piece of your heart, that piece of your soul that's moving towards that creative place. And also, you might discover the other thing that you're meant to do, whatever it might be. Who knows what it is? But it's in this journey that we discover those things. So when we commit to the journey with courage, with preparation, and with hard work, good things happen.